Arjun, could you tell us about the highly anticipated and ultimate showdown we will see in Rana Naidu 2? How did you exactly prepare for such a pivotal moment?
How did I prepare for it? It was kind of work in progress. It had to when Sundar, who's the producer of the show, approached me. I watched Rana Naidu the series, and I kind of really liked it, And I was like, wow, this is very progressive. It's very cool. I love the protagonist because he isn't, just Mr. Goody Good Shoes. He comes from a very layered space. His character was extremely layered. And at the same time, the way they've been able to create that thing between father and son, uh, and keep the emotional quotient going, because that's very important. So when Sundar had approached me for it, I said sure. And then Karan and Anshuman came down to Goa to meet me, and we discussed his show first, what he done, Rana Naidu, and I was like, okay. And then
Right.
I said, what are you going to do with season two? So he said, that's exactly, like if you come on board, then we're looking for this one guy who really has to stand up against Rana. And so I said, listen, and then we kind of left it there. I said, I'd be interested to work with you. And we just spent 2 days with each other discussing the films, what kind of stuff that we like to watch. In the middle, we discussed like maybe this character should go here, he should do this and that. And it was a nice time that they'd approached me because they were still fleshing the character out. They had him in the film, in the show, but they hadn't like kind of written it. And I felt that this was a great opportunity to play a character who comes from a world very far away from my own, and be
Right.
will have the liberty to, and if which to really push that envelope, you know. So not holding anything back and really going for it. If it's in terms of the aggression, the unpredictability, the way he speaks, his body language, everything. It has to be, and it should have a should not be too serious. So we wanted to create him with a certain amount of levity. Like when you watch like a Scorsese film and you see sometimes even the killing somebody sounds horrible. But yeah, we wanted to kind of do that. At the end of the day, what was important was that he should come from a place where he has a very strong belief system of his own. Because until unless I think as an actor you don't find that in your characters, you can never be real or believable. And I was so wonderfully surprised when the real scenes and the real thing came to me. And when I read it, and I just hugged him and I said, it's perfect. So when do we begin? And he said, we have about 2 months. I was like, that's perfect because I would like to gain a lot of weight for this film. And he said, well, why? And I was like, because Rana is big, and he's got this incredible screen presence. And I'm not a small guy, but I still feel small next to him. So I need to, balance it maybe like that. And it'll be something different for me too. And I think it'll give me something in my body language as well. So that was the fun part because I got to eat a lot and not do any cardio. But so I gained about 12 kilos for it.
Arjun, also, if you can tell me what exactly are your thoughts on censorship? We have already heard a lot about Punjab 95 and controversy around it, and with this season of Rana Naidu 2 as well being described as the more quote-unquote Sanskari version. How do you exactly feel about the balance between creative freedom and restriction when it comes to, the series and its concepts as well?
With Punjab 95, it's sad because it's a true story. So I don't even know why there should be any censorship. But it is what it is. And I'm sure they have their reasons, which are strong enough. you know, in terms of national security and this, that, and the other. Those are valid enough reasons. So one really can't uh, argue much. But in terms of Rana Naidu, I think what I really liked about the show in the first place, um, more than the profanity or the thing, was the equations that each person had with each other. I think that's what kept the show going really, really well. I'm not a big fan of profanity, but I mean, I have used the very colorful palette in this show, and I think I'm the only one who really has been given the liberty to do that, because the character allows itself to be like that. But otherwise, I feel, yeah, it is an emotional story. And until unless the emotion doesn't land right, the show just becomes extremely predictable, and the audience doesn't invest itself that much. But the minute you kind of engage with a kind of a relationship or an emotion of any character,
Right.
it becomes important. And it's so with even Rolf. He is not just your typical kind of stereotypical, bad guy. His belief system is very strong. He really loves his people. He wants to protect them. And because he believes that everybody around is not really going to stand up for them. So, is he a Robin Hood? No, I don't think so. But every gangster wants to believe that he is one.
So we have often seen this, okay, sequels or chapter twos of any of the celebrated or successful franchise often do struggle to match the success of their originals. Do you think the audience has become more critical over time when it comes to the viewership as well?
A lot more critical. I don't blame anybody. If me as an audience, if I sit down to watch something
Right.
and you get me into it, and especially as a season two, and I am a loyalist of season one. So if I try to go and watch a season two, and if it doesn't land well for me, I would get a little upset about it. Right. So yes, that is a challenge, and therefore, I mean, with season two, um, it was very important to yeah, just get it right, on every level. And I think that's a responsibility which all of us as a team were very, very aware of, you know. So you cannot keep that in the back of that is there in the back of your mind. So that is there in the back of your mind, but it should not become the reason why you don't like make your performance happen in a particular way, or you don't do some things in a particular way working under that kind of pressure. You made a good season one because of a particular belief that you had in it. You have to go with the same level of belief, but you just got to like spice it up a bit more. And I think that's what season two does. There are different characters that are being introduced into this world now. There's uh,
Right.
Kriti, there's myself, there is uh, Dino who's in there, So, and they all are playing very, very interesting parts. So, uh, the dynamics between Rana and his family is very different in this. What he has at stake is very, very different in this. So yes, it's very engaging. I think, uh, and I felt like in season one it took a while to set it up because it takes you like 2 to 3 episodes to really get into it. You know, but I think in this one, in the second episode, you like boom, bang on.
I mean, My next question might not sound very right to you, but we know it. Let's face it. Let's take the bitter pill here that the Indian entertainment industry, as far as the Hindi language is concerned, is not performing very well at the box offices lately. What's your take on pan-Indian projects? Do you really see them as the revival for Hindi entertainment industry, especially considering some of the recent projects have not performed very well on the box office despite of having an ensemble cast?
That's a really nice question, actually, and I would really like to answer it as um correctly as I can because that is what I truly believe. I really have always believed whenever I've met any person in the creative space, in any creative space, it could be from any country, okay? There is a language that we speak which everybody understands, that we understand amongst each other. There is a vibe and a vibration that we all have. So it was just a matter of timing, really. I think what's happened is that, uh, and I think social media somewhere is very, very, has played a big part in this of blurring boundaries. I think those lines got blurred with social media tremendously. Those lines also get, walls also get built up on the same platforms. That's phase two. But for it to have happened, okay, that interaction, that meeting of each other's cultures and styles and all of that uh, was going to be a very interesting mix of things, you know. It was even happening there, but on a very different level. Now you're saying, why?
Right.
Why not just put them together? Use the same technicians, use the same thing. But if we're going to make a remake, everybody today it's going to be dubbed in so many languages. You would have seen it on some OTT platform or the other, and then the remake's going to come out, but you've already seen the original, so it kind of lost the whole purpose of you know anything until unless two different films are being made simultaneously and are being released simultaneously. You know, um, and that's just because of a language. But truly, like, I mean, I've watched French films, Spanish films, German films, Korean films. I don't understand any of those languages, but they still draw you in. And if it's a good film, it will work. So that was going to happen. I think that's we just make a big hue and cry about it. No one has come here to save anybody. Nobody saves anybody. Okay, your work will save you, or whatever is the outcome of your work is going to be really where you will land.
Fair enough. Lastly, this is a curious question that comes in from within. How do you keep yourself so fit for demanding roles at this age? Any secrets or any strict routines that you follow?
Truly, I have nothing to do with it. That credit you must hand over to my parents. Okay, it's really, I have no part to play in that. But how I look after myself, yes. I mean, I am very conscious, and I've gotten even more conscious with time about just being aware of my body and looking after it and when I mean body, I mean myself as your body, mind, soul, everything. I think one has to kind of, it's important to introspect, important to be disciplined, important to take care of uh, your joints, your limbs, your muscles, your muscle quality, your stamina, your speed, your flexibility, all of that. So, uh, yeah, you got to work towards it. And so I swim, I do a lot of stretching, I do weight training, I run, I cycle, I go trekking, I go rock climbing. So yeah, I play paddle, I play tennis, I do a lot of sports. So I enjoy that. That's the way I keep myself fit. Try to be away from all the noise and keep my mind clear and be in a sense of
Right.
I guess, gratitude because of all that I've got in my life.
All right, Arjun, that was a very lovely chat. Thank you so much for speaking to Page 3 on News 9 with me, Sakshi Litoriya.